Hey girly pops, today I'm back with another motorsport video, but this time we will be talking about Formula 2. Full disclosure, I actually was motivated to get back into Formula 2, so I've never been an avid watcher. However, I have watched a few races on and off throughout the years. But this time I am going to be an invested participant, and so you're gonna have to listen to me yap about it. So full disclosure, I was motivated to get back into this by the big bumperclass of it all. I found that situation so funny, and I loved the people's commentary on it, and I realized the F2 community is a community I want to be a part of because I genuinely love the humor of the participants. The community members, if you will. And so I want to be one of their peers. I want to be cool just like them. And so I decided to spend my time watching Formula 2. Besides the fact that it's actually very interesting, I just wanted to scratch that motorsport itch once again. And so I will be a Formula 2 girly from here on out. And because of that, I decided to do some research and share what I learned about it with you all going into this season. So throughout my research, I found out that it is actually the 10-year anniversary of Formula 2. And so what would be a better time to get into it than 10 years on? Like, I think it was serendipitous for me to decide this was the time for me to be invested.
One word to describe how you're feeling for the season.
Good. Excited. Excited. Good. Optimistic. Excited. Ready. Prepared.
To be honest, I'm really excited for the first round. So let's see how it goes.
Excited. So excited. Bombastically.
Its inaugural season was in 2017, where it rebranded from GP2 into Formula 2, and it is generally identified as one of the main feeder programs into Formula 1. We will get into the alumni from Formula 2 that are currently on the grid in Formula 1. So it consists of a multiple day race weekend like Formula 1, and it takes place throughout the Formula 1 weekend with just less races throughout the season. So the weekend consists of one free practice, qualifying, a sprint race, and a feature race. There are 14 rounds this year, namely Melbourne, Sakhir, Jeddah, Monaco, Barcelona, Spielberg, Silverstone, Spa, Budapest, Monza, Madrid, Baku, Lusail, and Yas Island. Over Formula 2's tenure, there are 22 drivers that have graduated from Formula 2 into Formula 1, including the first champion, Charles Leclerc, World Drivers' Champion, Lando Norris, Williams driver Alex Albon, Racing Bull's Liam Lawson, Isaac Hadjar, Oliver Bearman, Kimi Antonelli, 2024 F2 champion Gabriel Bortoleto, Franco Colapinto, and 2026 F1 debutant Arvid Lindblad, as well as Oscar Piastri and George Russell, who is our current Drivers' Championship leader. The FIA has instituted a cost control framework into Formula 2 in order to maintain competitiveness and financial sustainability of the teams.
He's broke.
Like Martha Stewart broke? Or MC Hammer broke?
MC Hammer broke!
Obviously, in Formula 2, drivers and sponsors are responsible for the majority of the financial load of the team. What was the joke? How much do F2 drivers make? I'll insert the clip, actually, instead of trying to repeat what was said.
How much do you think F2 drivers get paid?
1 to 2 million.
You?
That's quite steep.
Is it? I don't know.
I would have gone like about 400k.
How much does an F2 driver get paid?
You know, it depends. When you're at my level, probably like 10-12 million.
Minus.
We lose. With sponsors and stuff, I mean, you're lucky if you break even.
So a good financial decision, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's, with sponsors, like I said, it's good fun and you don't lose, but you can lose.
Yeah. Luckily, you're well sponsored, so.
Every team uses the same chassis, the Dallara F2 2024, as well as the same engine. The top 8 finishers of the sprint receive points, so that first place gets 10, second place gets 8, third place gets 6, fourth place gets 5, fifth place gets 4, sixth place gets 3, seventh place gets 2, eighth place gets 1, and then the top 10 finishers of the feature race get points. The points categorizing is very similar to Formula 1. In 2019, an award was established in the name of Antoine Hubert, who unfortunately lost his life in an accident during the feature race at Spa in 2019. This award is given to the driver with the highest placing in their first Formula 2 season, or what you would consider a Rookie of the Year award. Now let's move on to the teams. So first we have Invicta Racing, which was previously known as Virtuosi Racing and was established in 2012 and used to compete in the AutoGP series. And they are the current reigning champions of the drivers as well as constructors championship of Formula 2. Only recently rebranded into Invicta Racing in 2024. 2025 was actually their second consecutive year winning the team's championship. So they're pretty much the ones to beat this year around. I'd be scared if I was them, because I think generally it's easier to come from behind and you are the one that everyone is looking out for to win, but I'm sure they have strong confidence in their ability to win going forward. We'll speak more about the drivers that are competing under their brand. Their CEO and team principal is James Robinson. Next we have Hitech, which was formed in 2015, so last year was their 10-year anniversary, by driver turned team owner Oliver Oakes, and he was just 25 when he started this team, so pretty young CEO. And they actually made their debut in the Formula 3 European Championship with a driver you may know by the name of George Russell. They actually had a very strong opening season where they received 4 wins, 13 podiums, and 3 pole positions. And they actually finished as runners-up of that year's championship. So they came in blazing hot. Next we have Campos Racing, which was established by its namesake Campos in 1997 after he retired from racing, and they began competing in 1998 in the Open Fortuna by Nissan, where ultimately their driver Marc Giant won the championship and they as a team won the team's title. So they had a very strong first season as well. Genet ultimately ended up moving up to Formula 1 and he was replaced by another driver you may know, Fernando Alonso. In 2010, they experienced some financial issues and were actually bought by majority shareholder Jose Ramon Carabante, who renamed it Hispania Racing. And unfortunately, in January 2021, the founder Adrian Campos passed away and he was replaced by his eponymous son as team principal. Now we have Dams Lucas Oil, formerly Driot Arnaud Motorsport, and Dams stands for Driot Associés Motorsport Racing. This is a French team that was established in 1988 by Jean-Paul Driotin Formula 1 driver René Arnaud, and it was later purchased in 2022 by ex-Formula 1 driver Charles Pic. In August 2019, the founder of the team, Jean-Paul Driot, died, and his 2 sons, Olivier and Gregory Driot, took over as the co-team principals. However, when the team was then sold to Charles Pic, that changed. The team overall has 15 drivers' titles, 16 teams' titles, and 173 victories. Since 1988, they've had victories in 10 different single-seater series, so that is quite a legacy that they've held. But obviously for them to have survived as long as they have, they probably are quite good. And 33 drivers who once represented the team have gone on to either join Formula 1 or become professional drivers in their future. So obviously the incubation is in fact happening at this team. And we have MP Motorsport, which is a Dutch motorsport team which was established in 1995 by Kok Kool for his sons Mervin and Ferdinand Kool to race in karting. In their Formula 3 championship campaign, they had Liam Lawson as one of their drivers. Now we have Prema Racing, which was established in 1983 by Angelo Rosin and Giorgio Piccolo. They later joined Formula 4 and actually took to it quite well, participating in the first 2 editions of the Italian Formula 4 Championship with Lance Stroll as one of their drivers, and later entered the GP2 in 2016 and had a 1-2 at debut with Pierre Gasly as one of their drivers as well. Now we have Rodin Motorsports, which according to them is one of the largest teams outside of Formula 1 with race winning experience in a variety of championships. One of the most successful drivers we have seen to date have actually passed through their doors, namely Lando Norris, George Russell, Liam Lawson, and Carlos Sainz. Obviously, All bar Liam Lawson race winners in Formula One. And then we have our current championship leader, George Russell, and our current championship winner, Lando Norris. So obviously they have a reputation that speaks for itself with regards to quality performance coming out of there. They actually only became Rodin Motorsport in 2024 upon investment from an Australian businessman by the name of David Dicker. I didn't mention this before, but they're actually a New Zealand-based motorsport team that was initially Carlin Motorsport before it was bought, and then became Rodin Motorsport, which I mentioned earlier. So they were technically only established in 2023. Then we have Art Grand Prix team. They were founded in 1996 under the name ASMF3 by Frederick Vasseur. I see you, sir. Hopefully you can bring us a win at Ferrari, but let's get back into F2. His priority mainly was to incubate the talent of young drivers so that they could reach new heights within the motorsport industry as professionals. Up until and including 2004, the team had actually won 21 team titles and 23 drivers titles, and is still well regarded within the F1 feeder program. The GP2 series is actually responsible for talents such as Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton, which we know, both of them, world drivers champions, previous best friends, current, I don't know, rivals, I don't know what you would call them now. George Russell also came out of this program, formed from the PHM Formula 2 and 3 racing teams, as they formed a partnership deal with a Dubai-based AIX investment group. They actually received their first podium racing under the name AIX in Imola with driver Joshua Dirksen. Now we have Van Amersfoort Racing, which was established in 1975, so one of the oldest teams we've discussed so far. And they have been synonymous, if you believe the internet, with success in the world of motorsport. They are actually the oldest and most well-established team on the road, or on the journey, if you will, to Formula One. They actually started with a simple request, according to them, to repaint a Formula Ford. Imagine them seeing themselves back then, seeing themselves now. Like,
Look at us. Hey, look at us.
Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
because now they're just like one of the most storied or well-established feeder programs to Formula One. By the way, I know I said Van Amersfoort. I would imagine in Dutch it's probably closer to like Van Amersfoort or something like that, but I'm not a Dutch speaker, so let me Americanize it. I'm not American either, but that's just the way I think we all learn to say things we're not used to saying. Obviously, speaking of the Dutch connection, they are based in the Netherlands. A few of their more well-known former drivers: Jos Verstappen, Christian Albers, Kevin Magnussen, Guido van der Garde, Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, Mick Schumacher, Liam Lawson, Oliver Bearman, and Franco Colapinto. Actually replaced HWA Race Lab on the FIA Formula 2 and Formula 3 grids from 2022 up until now. Now we have Trident Racing, the final team we're going to discuss today. They started in the GP2 series in 2005 with 12 teams on the grid. They actually debuted in GP2 in 2006. They actually earned their first win in Formula 2, not to get confused with GP2, in 2022 with Richard Verschoor in the opening race of the season. So that was a long time coming. I guess, as I said in previous times, they waited their turn. They waited and they finally, their efforts were rewarded. Now let's speak about the drivers. For Invicta Racing, we have Rafael Camara. He was born on the 5th of May 2005 and he's 169 centimeters tall. He's Brazilian and he actually is the current reigning champion of Formula 3 with Trident Racing of 2025.
What a season. 4 feature race wins, 5 pole positions, and now your 2025 FIA Formula 3 champion is Rafael Camara.
He is part of the Ferrari Driving Academy. If I forgot to mention anything, please let me know down below. Obviously, I don't know too much about these drivers yet, but I'm excited to get to know them better. Their second driver is Joshua Dirksen. He was born on the 27th of October 2003, and he is Paraguayan. He joined Formula 2 in 2024. I forgot to say, obviously, because he is the 2025 F3 champion, you would know that this is his debut season in Formula 2, whereas his teammate Dirksen debuted in 2024 for Formula 2. In his debut season, he actually finished 10th in the Drivers' Championship with 4 podiums and 2 wins. And then last year he actually finished in 9th position, and he's a Mercedes development driver. For high-tech racing, we have Ritomo Miata. He was born on the 10th of August 1999. He's 171 centimeters tall, and he's Japanese. He actually had his debut race in Formula 2 in 2024 after switching from Super Formula and Super GT in Japan, where he actually won both championships in 2023. His teammate is Colton Herta. He was born on the 30th of March 2020, and he's American. He began his single-seater career in the US and then spent 2 years racing in a European circuit, and then later went back to the US to race in Indy Lights, and then moved on to IndyCar in 2019 for his rookie season, and was actually the youngest race winner ever at the age of 18. And he finished 3rd overall in 2020, and then finished 2nd in 2024, and has since now moved back to a European Racing League in 2026. He is also a test driver for the Cadillac F1 team. Then we have Noel Leon for Campos Racing. He was born on the 21st of December 2004. He's 165 centimeters, and he is Mexican. He started his single-season career at NACAM Formula 4 Championship in 2019, actually winning the championship. Pretty cool. And then moved on to the F4 United States Championship in 2021. He won that championship as well on his first try, and then moved to Europe to join the Formula Regional European Championships by Alpine in 2022. And he moved from there to the Euroformula Championship in 2023, where he won another title. So he touches something and it turns to gold, apparently. He's won, he's moved, he's won, he's moved, he's won. He literally said, I've won the championship, there's no need for me to stay here. A la Nico Rosberg. Then moved up to Formula 3 with Van Amersfoort Racing in 2024 and finished 10th, where he actually secured 4 podiums. And then we have the man, the myth, the legend, the individual responsible for me actually getting into this whole situation, Nikola Tsolov, just a big bomber clut himself. I know, like, he probably is so sick of people referring to him that way, but I fear it's going to stick. I'm sorry, I just find that whole situation so funny. Like, I just think, like, it's also funny that he wasn't even, like, the one who posted the video, but it's, like, synonymous with him now. Like, talk about getting, like, you know when you get, like, a nickname that is related to something that's, like, your insecurity, or, like, just, like, so bad, and then it's the thing that sticks that people choose to call you for the rest of the time that they know you. This feels like that situation. But Mr. Bing Bomber Cloud himself, Nikola Tsolov, he was born on the 21st of December 2006. He's 180 centimeters tall, and he's Bulgarian. He made his debut in single-seaters in 2022 in the Spanish F4 and actually claimed a title his first year. I guess he's known as the Bulgarian Lion on the streets. I didn't know that. Obviously, this is my first time interacting with this medium of motorsport. He is actually part of A14 Fernando Alonso's management team.
Amazing, sweetie. Wow, look at.
And he's actually part of the Red Bull junior team. And he made his F2 debut in Lusail actually last year, and has now obviously joined for his full campaign for 2026, and actually won his first race and his second ever F2 race. So it's looking good for the youngster this year so far. For Dams Lucas Oil, we have Dino Beganovic. He was born on the 19th of January 2004. He's 183 centimeters tall, and he is Swedish. He has actually won multiple Swedish karting titles, as well as the WSK Euro Series runner-up that he received prior to joining single-seater racing in 2020. The final 2 races of the 2024 Formula 2 season, and he actually got a podium in one of them in the Yas Marina Sprint. Then parted ways with his previous team and moved to High-Tech in 2025, finishing in 7th in Formula 2, and has now come back with Dams in 2026 for his second full season in F2. His teammate is Roman Belinsky. He is born on the 4th of March 2004, 186 centimeters tall and Polish. He began his racing career with Ginetas in 2019 and then moved on to single-seater racing in 2020. Then we have MP Motorsport, Gabriel Mini. I will say, when I was doing my research, I feel like I will get into the personalities and the memification of the drivers in the next video. I just felt like now I just wanted to do like an intro type situation. A lot of edits of Gabriel Mini on TikTok. I will say that. Let the teens have their fun. That's all I have to say about that. The 20th of March 2005 was when he was born, and he is 170 centimeters tall and he's Italian. Gabriel actually began his career in karting in Italy. He won the Italian Championship in 2017 and then moved on to the international competition circuits. Oliver Goth, I don't know how to say that, I hope that's right. He was born on the 14th of October 2004. He's 173 centimeters tall and he is German. He joined single-seater racing in 2019 and his first season was in the Spanish F4 where he finished in 5th. And moved up to Formula 2 with MP Motorsport towards the end of 2024 and then completed his first full year last year with MP Motorsport once again, finishing 15th, and he is back again with them to maybe finish higher this time in 2026. For Prema Racing, they have Sebastian Montoya. He was born on the 11th of April 2005. He's 180 centimeters tall and he's Colombian. He started single-seater racing in 2020 and he competed in 2 seasons of the Italian and ADAC Formula 4 championships with 12 podiums. He joined Formula 2 with Prema Racing in 2025, finishing in 12th position, and he's back again with the same team for this 2026 F2 season. His teammate is Marie Boya. 13th of April 2004 is when he was born. He's 183 centimeters tall and he is Spanish. He is actually the 3-time Spanish karting champion and for Van Amersfoort Racing, Art Grand Prix and MP Motorsports. He is a part of the Aston Martin development program as of recent events, and for 2026 he is debuting in Formula 2. For Rodin Motorsport, we have Martinez Stenson. He was born on the 2nd of February 2006, 172 centimeters tall, and he is Norwegian. He debuted in Formula 4 in 2022, where he was part of the Formula 4 UAE Championship, as well as the Italian Formula 4 Championship. His F2 debut with Trident in Baku last year, and then joined Rodin Motorsport for the final 2 rounds of that season, and he is now with that team for his 2026 campaign. His teammate is Alexander Dunn. I've seen a lot of mixed feelings about him as a driver online. Primarily, he's fast but reckless. I guess I will see when I'm watching the races. He was born on the 11th of November 2005, 181 centimeters tall, and he is Irish. He started single-seater racing in 2021 for the Spanish F4, as well as partly participating in the ADAC Formula 4. 2025, he joined Formula 2 for the Drivers' Championship with Rodin, and he finished 5th in the standings, and he is still with that team as we speak for his 2026 campaign. For Art Grand Prix, we have Kushmani. He was born on the 22nd of September 2000, 171 centimeters tall, and he is Indian. This will be his 4th season in Formula 2 with a new team, Art Grand Prix, where his first 2 seasons were actually with Campos Racing and then Invicta Racing. And with Invicta, he received his first race win at the Budapest Sprint in 2024. His teammate is Tasanpol Intrarapuvasak. I hope I said that correctly. My small interaction with Thai names is they're beautiful but very long, so I'm sorry if I struggled. He was born on the 14th of November 2005. He's 170 centimeters tall and he's Thai. He started participating in single-seater competitions in 2021. He started with the UAE and British F4 AIX Racing. Emerson Fittipaldi. He was born on the 7th of March 2007 when I was in grade 1. So, wait, it made me feel like an old lady. But to be fair, in general, most of these people make me feel like I'm decrepit. So, what's new? 178 centimeters tall and he's Brazilian. He made his debut into single-seater racing in 2021. His teammate is Cian Shields, I believe. He was born on the 7th of March 2005. He's 185 centimeters and he is British. He started single-seater racing in 2022, completing the final 2 rounds of the 2024 FIA Formula 2 season with AIX Racing. In 2025, he continued with AIX in Formula 2 for his first complete season. Van Amersfoort Racing. His first racer is Nico Varone. He was born on the 6th of December 2000. He's 186 centimeters tall and he's Argentinian. He has actually won an FIA World Endurance Championship. His teammate is Rafael Villagomez and he was born on the 10th of November 2001. He's 168 centimeters tall. We're the same heights. Shout out King. And he's Mexican. He moved on from karting in 2020 where he secured a podium in the British and French F4 championships. He spent 3 seasons in Formula 3 and then graduated onto Formula 2 with Van Amersfoort in 2024. And finally, our drivers for Trident Racing for 2026. Laurens van Hoopen. He was born on the 6th of September 2005. He's 183 centimeters tall and he is Dutch. He made his single-seater debut in 2021, competing in the Ultimate Cup Series F3 Regional Championship. In 2025, he made his debut for Formula 2 with Trident Racing in Baku and is now with the team full-time for his first full season in 2026. His teammate is John Bennett. He was born on the 15th of September 2003. He's 182 centimeters tall and he is British. He started single-seater racing in 2022 where he took part in 3 seasons of GB3. He participated in the final 2 races of the 2024 Formula 2 season with Van Amersfoort Racing. He competed for his entirety of 2025 in Formula 2 with Van Amersfoort and has now made the move to Trident for his 2nd year in 2026. Hopefully this F2 season sees all of them with a very bright performance. Obviously not everyone can be a winner but I hope generally people do well and they surprise themselves with their performance. So here are a few thoughts I've had having researched a little bit about last season and just in general what I'm expecting going into the season. So to get into the preseason for my research, DRS girl, it's weird to see you again. Seeing a point for the fastest lap is also a welcome surprise. Missed you. And Invictus, are you back to retain your championship as drivers and team winners from last season? I guess we'll see if you still have the magic sauce that makes you the back-to-back. See, we cannot talk about Formula 2 2026 without talking about the man himself, Big Bomber Klutz. He is our race winner from Melbourne. His 2nd ever F2 race, with Rafael Camara finishing in 2nd and Laurens van Hoopen finishing in 3rd. Trident Racing seems to be in better spirits and better energy after their abysmal performance from last season, so who knows what the season holds for them. And Joshua Dirksen, our Melbourne Sprint winner, maybe this is indicative of the season he may have this year as well. Noah Leon coming 2nd and Alexander Dunn finishing 3rd in the sprint race. Let's get into my predictions. Obviously, this is the prediction of an individual who has never watched a full season of Formula 2, let alone last season. So I'm going into this very much blind with regards to my predictions. I'm going off of the vibes that I feel from the bits that I have watched and generally what the general season looked like last season to make my bet as to who I see thriving this year. So Kamara is our F3 champion, so this might be his year to be a rookie F2 champion with Invicta Racing and their magical sauce, if you will. However, I did watch the highlights of the first race, and I don't know if he has enough experience, let me put it that way, to win this championship, but who knows, you never count a man out. Also, can I just say, Monaco last season, oh my god, that was chaotic in a fun way, but I would imagine also scary. So we will see if that repeats itself this year. Hopefully not, for the sake of the drivers and their families' heart rates. This might be a cop-out answer again, saying this with no knowledge of Formula 2, so if you do not agree, please let me know what the general predictions of everyone else are, especially if you are a seasoned F2 watcher. But this could be Dirksen's year. Like, he obviously won the sprint, he didn't have too bad of a race in the feature race. It wasn't great though, but it wasn't horrific. So maybe it's his year. I have seen like mixed feelings about his performance as well online, but I'm trying not to take on other people's opinions when I have no like actual first-hand experience to make a judgment call. So I'm making a judgment call based off of my own eyes, what I've seen so far. And obviously with Invicta, he may have the opportunity to be the winningest driver this year. I guess we'll see. Obviously, Nicola won the first feature race, so he is in there for me as a blind watcher once again. He's in there for me as a potential championship winner, just by virtue of the fact that he's the first person I've seen win. So we will see. But yeah, ultimately these are just predictions based fully on vibes and blind research, so I'm sure I will probably not be right, but ultimately I just want to see everyone have a good season. I'm excited to get into it. Obviously, as a first-time watcher, it's new, it's exciting. I think also offset with how different Formula 1 is now, I think it will be a different landscape watching them both simultaneously this time around, so I'm excited for that as well. And just excited to see like what the current talent coming up on the grid looks like. But yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please let me know down below. Comment, like, subscribe. I'd love to hear from you about what your predictions and what your feelings are of Formula 2. Any like inside information you can give to a new watcher, because I'm very excited to get into it. But I'd love to know more of like the more niche stuff that I feel like you need to be like, you had to be there kind of vibes to understand a bit more about the lore of Formula 2 and the drivers competing overall, because obviously if you've watched Formula 3 and such, you probably know a bit more about some of the newer drivers in Formula 2 as well. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!